short presentation on EUNiCAS, which is an application system for studying in mainland Europe for students who are interested. So the first thing to say about EUNiCAS, this is the website that's on view at the moment, and EUNiCAS was set up by Guy Flouch, who is based in Ennis in County Clare, and his contact details are on the contact page of the website. So EUNiCAS is about studying degree programmes in Europe exclusively through the English language. It's important to say that EUNiCAS is not an actual application system. It's like a pre-application system. So in Europe, there isn't a generic application system for all the various European countries. However, if you sign up to EUNiCAS, they will keep students right with regard to the various responsibilities that students have if they are applying to a particular university and to a particular choice within or course within that university. So this is what the website looks like. It's possible for you to receive and to get information, as you can see there, the various programs, universities, information on studying abroad, and about the organisation EUNiCAS itself. So with regard to Europe and considering it as an option, it's important to think about each student individually before we suggest, possibilities in Europe. It's definitely not an option for everybody. But then, moving to Belfast or to Scotland or Dublin to study may not be an option for various students either. Students who would choose to go to Europe would need to have a certain level of maturity and independence and resilience to cope with the extra difficulties that living abroad in a new language environment would bring. And ideally, I suppose students who are applying to EUNiCAS would have travelled independently or spent some time away from home on their own. So we would have every year a couple of students who may be interested in Europe as an option. So a little bit of information then about EUNiCAS itself. So there is no CAO or UCAS system, equivalent system for Europe. Every European country has different application systems. And then within each European country, each university also has its own individual application system. And then within each university, there may well be even 5 or 6 different application forms, depending on what area the student is applying for. So that's it's quite a complex system. It's a huge amount of information to be aware of, and this is where organisations such as EUNiCAS come in, because they can really help students as they classify and put all this information together in one place, and then they also can provide insider information that's not readily available to the average parent or careers advisor. So in terms of just accessing the website, you can access free of charge on the website a comprehensive directory of the degree programs that are available, taught through the English language. You can find information on the various universities and their home cities, and you will also get information on fees and entry requirements. And if a student then is particularly interested in studying in Europe, for a fee of €38 then, Irish students can be supported in their application of up to 8 degree programmes through English through the organisation that is EUNiCAS. So the fee comprises a support and advisory service for students in order to help them through the complexity of the various European application processes. So this slide gives the various options that are available to study through English in Europe. And the most popular EUNiCAS choices to date, a lot of the healthcare options tend to be very popular because the entry requirements are less competitive than what they would be here in Ireland or indeed in the UK also. Psychology is also particularly popular because it's very competitive here. Just a note on the tuition fees then. So for a lot of the countries, there are either no or minimal tuition fees. So the Scandinavian countries are free, Malta, Austria, Germany, free. Now there's an asterisk there just to highlight that for medicine in particular, fees may apply for that, and that's something that EUNiCAS would advise when a student would sign up and would be going through the application process with them. The other, you can see there, other fees there in Switzerland, Netherlands, Italy, they're all still less, most of them are still less fees than what we charge in Ireland, which is €3,000 per year of the course. Just a note as well that fees may be higher in private universities or institutions as opposed to the public ones that are available in various countries. With regard to entry requirements, for most programmes, it's the equivalent of the NUI matriculation that's required for students, which is six subjects, 6 passes at Leaving Cert, but that must include 2 at a H4 level. And then there are some specific subject requirements, such as the sciences, obviously for entry to the likes of medicine and veterinary medicine as well. For some programmes where there's a selection procedure in place, then there may be an interview or an aptitude test, or maybe a letter of motivation, which is similar to the UCAS personal statement, or perhaps the university may look for grades for the student from, for example, their 5th year end of year results, their Halloween test from 6th year. So a proof of how the student has been doing in school up until their application for 3rd level. With regard to the application dates, again, just like the fees and the various other things, the application dates vary from one country to another. So there's a selection of application dates, examples of application dates given there. So there are different deadlines for different programs, and then sometimes there are later application rounds for some programs also. So why would a student maybe choose to study in Europe as opposed to studying here in Ireland or in the UK? Well, the first reason is probably the most popular reason, because of the absence of points and the less competitive entry, in particular for the health-related courses such as medicine and veterinary. Approximately 120 students, for example, go to Poland each year in order to study medicine. And that is because of the less competitive entry than what we have here. And that's the case not just for health-related courses, but for all of their courses. So that's the main reason why a lot of students would choose to go to Europe. In addition to that, there are no fees, or very often quite low fees, in the countries of choice. Courses are taught entirely through English, so this is very attractive. That students really only need a minimal command of the language of the country, really, because exams and assignments are also entirely through English. And the language of communication between the students is more than likely to be English also. Also, the professional qualifications that are received in the European universities are recognised by UK and Irish authorities also, in, for example, veterinary medicine, physiotherapy and nursing. So this is the EUNiCAS website. It's just an example of a course search. So I had typed in there physiotherapy as the key word, and you can see from the page that it found 15 results for a physiotherapy degree taught exclusively through English through the EUNiCAS programme. There's one example in Finland and 2 examples in the Netherlands that have just come up there as part of that search. If you wish to receive more information, you simply click on the course that you're interested in, and it will give you information like this about the course content and also about the entry requirements. So you can see the entry requirements there at the bottom of the page, where it's saying that for Irish applicants, 6 subjects at Leaving Certificate, including 2 at H4 level. And also it gives some information there about the accreditation. That's where it states that graduates can practice as a physiotherapist in the UK and Ireland following graduation. So if a student is particularly interested in Europe, this slide is just to alert you that there are a number of open days coming up. these open days have now switched to virtual or online open days, similar to what's happening here in Ireland as well. So your son could have a look, and you also can have a look at the open day. You can register to get some additional information there and find out some more information on the programmes on offer in those particular universities. So thank you for your attention. I hope you have found this presentation informative. If you have any questions or concerns with regard to studying in Europe, or indeed any of the other presentations that we have provided for you, you can contact the Guidance Department on 9121143, or you can email myself at ydoherty@stunians.com or a.duddy@stunians.com if you have any questions or concerns. We would also encourage you to like our Career Guidance and Counselling Facebook page, and follow us on our new Instagram page for important events and updates and deadlines, etc. Thank you very much for your attention.